Well, welcome to Saturday Chat. I would love to just come on here and I can, show some stuff, talk about my collection. But some stuff happened this week in the hobby. A lot of talk about some talk about it, and other people just like it's not a big deal. Uh, I'm gonna give you my 2 cents if anybody gives a shit. I don't think many people do, or it'll be back up in about 2 or 3 more years, or somebody else will use my stuff and not give me any credit for it, whatever. That seems to be the fun thing to do. Um, but you know the I've talked about this a few years ago, and something else. Be careful what you wish for. We had all these new people coming in, people coming out of woodwork, people I never heard of, that were all of a sudden the most important people in the room, which I'm glad to step aside because I know I'm not. I am just a fun guy. I'm just a guy that just enjoys the hobby, man. I'm not coming in trying to sell you a line of BS or tell you how smart I am or genuine I am. I'm me. I collect for me. I don't collect for future people. I don't collect for anybody else. I collect for Big Scott. And Big Scott is very happy where is at. He can't believe the collection he has. I don't want anybody else's collection. I want the collection I have. I love looking at stuff and getting ideas. And, um, just today I watched Mike O showing, that I love to have one of those DeLongs that Wesker Griff got graded. Uh, watching a new channel to me, I subscribed to today, another collector. Frank's Canadian Cards, I think. Dude from Montreal area. Man, showing all kinds of hockey stuff I ain't never seen. I love that shit, man. Do I collect a lot of hockey? No, but I like it. And he was collecting like 90s stuff, and that's when I really was into hockey. Right, that's when I really loved the hockeys. I still like watching it, just not. I don't have time. I don't have time for everything, and I make time during baseball season. My work knows that I like to have my evenings off, my weekends. I want to be watching my ball games. The rest of the year, you can work me as much as you want. But, I just want to speak on this Beckett PSA potential buyout. It sucks for one reason. It just takes another player off the board. Um, you know, and that's where the monopoly part comes in, the player part, not how many shares they have of the business or whatever. It's just another player off the board. Now, have I used them? Yes. I think what's really going to help PSA is the authentication. If they can keep the lines open with JSA and all that. And I think, like Bobble said, I've been watching videos on this. He spoke on some of the other stuff that Beckett grades, and then they can pull their graders into their world. PSA wants to grade everything. They want all the dollars. They do it so much that they change grades on Pokemon cards, but nobody cares because they just keep on purchasing. People are, there's two things that I don't think people that do the vintage give a shit, because Beckett didn't really pick people to use that for vintage stuff. So it's honest, They're more upset with SGC being bought. SGC now just sucks. You can't. My cards. I have 5 living set cards that have been sitting there for 5 weeks now, and only they're all grading PSA. So just shut down SGC PSA. Just you're trying to make us get rid of it for you, so you don't be the bad guy. You can say, oh, they're not profitable. Nobody's using them. Bullshit. You're just driving them into the ground. So nobody. And the new, I was talking about this. I'm trying to keep my thoughts in order because I'm a little not upset. It just seems like it's always something. And this is when I wish I wasn't us people that watch YouTube, not so much just people that do. We are kind of connected into the day-to-day workings of the hobby. And I'm not talking about people that do the YouTubes. I'm talking about people that just watch YouTubes. And it's a very small section. I feel, and a lot of the newer people that just watch some of these really big channels that for whatever reason I've been seeing all along, I don't understand how some of the people just walked in day one and in 6 weeks had 1,000, 1,500 viewers, and everybody trusts them for what they're saying. And they can make a second channel and get 40,000 viewers just to tell you what the rules of their hobby is. It makes no sense to me. I know their content is for some people, and I guess it's for a lot of people. And that's fine. I love the people that are in my group because they're like me. They watch me for a reason. We're collectors first and foremost. Man, if y'all are not, I joined that sports card nonsense Facebook group, and it's been the best thing I ever did. It's aggravating as shit to read some of this stuff, but it's the best thing because it makes me feel better about what I do, and maybe things I think are common or pretty basic or logical is not, and or they're just playing all of us and trying to be cute or trolling or whatever the kids are saying today. I don't. It may be 6, 7. I don't. So it's every discussion is about. I just pulled this card. Does anybody know the value? My daughter pulled this card. Does anybody enjoy the card? I know a lot of us do, but does anybody that posts stuff on these channels or on these groups, does anybody enjoy the cards or want to keep them? What I don't understand. Not every card I pulled this the other day and shared it on where is it? I shared it on Instagram and Facebook and with my friends. I pulled this out of my logo refractor, right? Ohtani out of 99. It's like, hey, I want to share this with my friends. This is a pretty cool poll. Got this logo refractor for trading in Ohtanis and Judges and some other stuff. So, hey, I only opened one pack of the logo refractor. I got another pack over here. For some reason, I thought the whole box was logo refractors and not only 2 packs. I felt kind of gypped. But some of the other packs had good stuff in it too. But so I showed this. I never cared about the value of this card, right? I don't. Now, am I going to sell it? Yes, because I don't collect Ohtani, other than some of his rookie stuff. I have a little healthy rookie collection of Ohtani. I have an autographed baseball of Ohtani. I do have my Ohtani stuff, but he is not somebody I collect. I love watching him play, whatever. He just doesn't move my collector's needle. Now, would I pay to watch him? Hell yeah. If I got a chance to go see him play, 100%. But I can't collect everybody. I came to that realization 10, 11, 12 years ago, and try to focus on what I collect. And I'll talk more about that as we get to 2026. But this whole thing with collectors, which is PSA, don't get it confused. Don't give me the bullshit. It's two different things. Bought Beckett. And, it's just, so that one thing, like Carlos said, is probably somebody was sniffing around, got around, and somebody was going to try to purchase them that had deep pockets, and PSA they just can come in while you're trying to get your money together. They don't have to. They can just say how much you need. Here's the cash. They just, that's what they can do. But it's just somebody else off the board. And everybody that's complaining about it and go, oh, I don't grade with PSA, but you'll still buy PSA graded cards. And that's where the issue is. I said this in our group chat because we really want CSG or whatever their initials are today to be the second. I love their slabs. I wish their slabs sold, but people have the new people that came in the hobby since COVID, with all the influencers and all these videos just pumping PSA, have made all these devalued everything else. And I don't understand why. If you have any like thought process, it's the card. Who gives a shit what's on the flip? And this bullshit, and I heard it already. If BGS goes away, Beckett goes away, then their slabs will become worthless, just like they're saying about SGC. Why? It doesn't change what was already graded. It doesn't change anything. And all that is, to me, is just moronic, just very shallow thinking. It's pushing people to spend money in one area. And if you're doing it for yourself, more power to you, but that's what's going to happen. The only way CSG can grade, you get a million, whatever they're grading, they're still the distant second. And most of it is, if you look at the mint numbers anyway, TCG is overtaking sports cards and grading. So CSG, it doesn't matter until the numbers get right in the secondary market. That's when it'll make a difference. If people can start getting 90% of what people are paying for whatever on PSA, then it will make a difference. Then people will go to CSG. You'll see this huge uptick. So, what happened with SGC is they were in the right place at the right time when COVID, and PSA had to shut their doors because they had truckloads of cards and they couldn't catch up. And SGC said, send us your stuff. And then they got overwhelmed. But they already had the stuff there, and people were getting their stuff there. And this guy from CSG sends out a letter saying it doesn't matter being first to market. Well, then you're fucking out of touch. It's all about being first to market. It's all about the secondary. Even me, that's a collector first, I have to grade with PSA if I want to sell anything to help pay for my collection. Getting stuff graded at CSG, I did that, and I've gotten burnt. I can lose money because people do not want CSG. And CSG crippled themselves by keep changing what they were doing. They didn't have a plan and stick with it at the beginning. They tried to do Beckett. Nobody gives a shit about they just want affordability, come at a good cost, and be a good, reliable grading company. And they were really tough at the beginning. They were a really tough company. They were too tough. So it doesn't matter. It didn't matter when Beckett was on the board, and it's not going to matter after Beckett's taken off the board. Now it looks like there'll be SGC 2.0. They'll just grind them to the bitter end, get as much out of what people are willing to spend with them, and take that money, and then just build another and just use their facilities as another PSA mailing spot. So, it's sad to see another token taken off the board, but it has opened my eyes. Like I'm already little, and I was going to talk more about this in later weeks. I'm already disappointed in the direction our hobby's going in, YouTube and hobby overall. I still have fun going to shows. But the thought process on why things have to be in these unwritten rules, and I joke about it, but there's some truth to it. How somebody can look at the last sale on eBay and then that's the comp. Instead of just selling it at the price you're comfortable with, and then sit there and tell me, that's the comp. Well, you didn't buy it at that comp, so you're just trying to get every dollar out of it you can. I'm not, and I don't have to pay it. And that's the thing, is you don't have to pay it. Just walk away. Just walk away. Let them have a museum at their table, or hold on to their stuff. I've been getting nickeled and dying to death on sport lots. People, $1 card, and they want to pay 95 cents, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. I had a card on eBay for $1.30, and they sent me an offer for $1. I countered it at $1.25, and they bought it. Gotta win. I don't know what we're enjoying in a hobby. Are we enjoying the haggling? Are we enjoying winning? Where is the joy in the actual hobby, the cards? Where is that joy? It's depressing to me. Holiday season and all the shit going on in this world, and it feels like it's an overflow coming now into the hobby. The way people go, reactions on the their thoughts in the down below, and it's like some people feel like thinking they're higher and mighty, and believe me, I've always said it. Everybody's journey. This hobby is a personal hobby. It's your hobby. Doesn't matter how I hobby. It's fun to share it. It's fun to listen to other people share theirs, and you might pick up a little bit here and there. But the journey is where the fun is. Collecting and enjoying in the new stuff that you pick up that's new to you, and just look at this card. Look, and then, like I said, I can have. Last year, I came to that thought at the show last year when I bought a higher card, and then I bought like two $5 cards, and I was happier with the $5 cards than I was like with the $200 cards. I was probably more ecstatic finding those than the $200 card. And I've said this before when I had Brad on, and we don't collect. Everybody wants to say that they're printing it to the moon and this, that, and the other. Well, that shit's not getting collected anyway. The base cards do not get collected. There are people out there that still do set collecting or build, or have player sets. But I think everybody's looking for the low number color. We are going directly, and I think the breaking culture got us to this, because a lot of breakers now don't even show the base. They go right to the middle or the back of the card, wherever the inserts, and All that is. I remember when I first started breaking, I was watching that they didn't give out all cards, and it really confused me. And they were, and back then they didn't even give you rookies. And then I was like, and I remember it was back when Judge and all that when I was getting into like, so I wanted to see what it was about. So I didn't really trust it. And Jeeves was a smart. I was like, they're not even giving out the rookie cards. They're just doing pure inserts. And I don't, I just I kind of want to go back to where it was when I was in the 80s. I really wish they went back to just printing a set of 660 cards. Here it is, your all-star insert set, and that's it. One set. And the purity of it, and see who really wants to collect them. Where are the collectors at? Because that'll be vintage style there. So will the vintage guys start buying modern? I don't know. That's what I would really like to see. And I'm really tired. And I said, keep me out of the vintage modern bullshit. But it's still going on. I don't get it. I'm a collector. I like it all. Damn non-sports, sport, basketball, football, baseball, women's basketball, golf, wrestling. Some people just do one thing, and that's fine too. There's no wrong way. It's a personal journey, and please enjoy it. I'm getting kind of bitter right now, and I'll have more on that later this year, the first 2026, on where I'm going in this journey. So I just think my final words on the Beckett thing. It's sad because it's a piece off the board, but it's like I don't think a lot of people are using them anyway. It's not like SGC when they bought SGC. Now there's a significant amount, and I feel bad for those people that were using them. There is loyal Beckett users because when you go to the National, they have a line the whole time. Is it the PSA line? No, but it's probably the second most busiest line there. Is the Beckett line. And I keep hearing tag too. So it is a piece off the board, but nobody was using. I mean, I can't say. A majority of people won't be using them. And if you don't want to buy PSA or support them, you don't buy the secondary market either, because you're just feeding the beast. Oh, I don't grade with PSA. I just buy PSA graded cards already. It doesn't matter. You're just feeding the beast. You're just feeding it to somebody else that's going to feed it. You're just paying for it secondary. So it doesn't matter. Now, what you might ask, so what does this mean for me, right? And I'll tell you. I'm going to grade PSA when I have to. I have plans. I have thoughts on what my future is on grading before this happened. And I will talk about it later, but I will be using PSA because, like some of my friends said, if you're selling cards, you almost have to. You're shooting yourself in. You're leaving money on the table if you don't. So, but if PSA starts driving their prices up, which we all know they don't have to. Shit, they're doing 1 million cards a month. Why do they need to charge so much? I don't know. Then you got, oh, this is why you pay so much. So when they make a mistake, they'll pay you back. No, that's the cost of doing business. If you make a mistake, yes, you should pay for it. Fuck. But anyway, that's my thoughts. I still love this hobby. Still love it. That's why I get depressed when this happens. And the thing is like the sale didn't shocked me. I wasn't did not have that on my bingo card. SGC one, I was kind of waiting on them because the rumor was that owner was waiting for the right offer, and I thought Fanatics was coming with it. So, and Fanatics is well in bed with CGC. So, I just, he even got KSA coming out with, "Hey, come and try us." It's so funny. It's not about trying different companies. It's about the secondary market, and that's it. So, I'll be on tomorrow night. I don't have a guest lined up as of right now. That can all change. Hit me up if you're interested. Plenty to talk about. I will be talking about 2025, how my year went. I want everybody to come in. Please remind me because I won't remember everything. Hopefully it'll be a fun time. This is my one day of talking about this, and then I'm done. Now I'll touch on it tomorrow night if I have to, but it's a nothing you could do about it. Don't really change anything for me. Doesn't change much for people around me. It just sucks it's a player off the board. So until next time, see ya.